DjDange is in the building, and as you know, every Friday we bring you something new. Tonight, we've got a special guest in the studio. We're going to let him introduce himself now.
Yeah, my name is Q. I'm the director of a movie that's coming out on November the 5th called FEDZ. And yeah, I'm just glad to be here to talk about the process and to try and give information and inspiration to any budding filmmakers out there.
Yeah. All right, people. So if you want to interact, it's all about all the W's Innacityfm on the net. And if you want to interact by the phone line, it's all about 07961 431 431. So we're going to play a tune now by K Coke, title track named Power. Then we're going to ask you some questions, and then we're just going to give you some tracks and some questions. We're going to hear about his journey. So take a listen. So as I said, this one is title track named Power from the artist by the name of K Coke. Massive love goes out to the USG family. We got Lefty, EXO, Swingy. If you want to interact on the web, type in all the W's, Innacityfm.com. 07961 431 431 is the studio hotline number. Q is in the building, featuring his brand new film. We're going to take you on a journey tonight, people. My life's been peak, so cold. Been through up and down like a yo-yo. I've been up from the ground and it's no joke. So after this one, we're going to ask you some questions about the movie, make you get used to what is coming. Big shout goes out to Candy, nice to see you. Have to get these mic levels right. City. We're going to get into the questions now because I'm interested to find out about Q's project. All right, Q, Pleasure having you in the building, sir. Nice that you could come and bless my show.
Pleasure being here.
Nice one.
And it's amazing you played that track first. You know, that's one of my favourite tracks.
That's one of your favourites.
No, from the film.
Oh, is it from the film?
Yeah, it's in the film, and you know, it sounds really big in a cinema. So, and you know, we placed it in the right place. So we'll get to that. But
yeah, we'll get to that. All right, Q. Let's start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Where was the idea of Feds born?
Okay. Feds really started off as a short.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people do shorts just to get learn and see how things work, because when you partake on a big feature film,
yeah,
that's a lot of stress and there's lots of manpower, money, and whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it started off as a short, but I wanted to do a different kind of short, and I wanted to do one with a slightly more high concept. When I mean high concept, it's like, you know, Hollywood movies or some of those movies, they talk about, you know, viruses and stuff like that. So Feds originally, the original title of Feds was called Fever, because basically it was just about a terrorist group that put out a fever, and police have got to try and stop the fever.
Okay.
Yeah, and then over time, it developed. But I've got to tell you a technique that I use.
Yeah.
Right, because making a feature is a really difficult thing and very, very expensive. But I saw this American guy, a guy called Jim Jarmusch, and what he did, or his theory of doing movies, is he'll do 7 shorts, and put them together as a feature.
Yeah.
That's what I did with Feds. I did them as 7 or 8 shorts, and then.
When you mean shorts, is like chapters or?
Yeah, you can look at it as chapters.
Like chapters.
Yeah, because it's easier to manage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's easier to manage, and also you don't need all the money that you need for a feature. Like, say for example, you're going to shoot a feature film, right?
Yeah.
You know, you could be there for 2 weeks. You got to feed people. You got to get locations and whatever it is. When you're coming from the underground and you don't have all those connections, right? It's easier to make it smaller bite points. You know, smaller sections. And if you keep your script right, you can connect it all together as a feature. So Fed started off as a short, and it was called Fever, and then I'll tell you later on how it switched to Feds.
Okay. Who wrote the script for the movie?
I wrote the script for the movie.
Okay. Multi-talented.
No. It's not a question of multi-talent, because I think a lot of people get a lot of this stuff confused.
Yeah.
In the sense that when you ain't got any money, right, and you're not getting money from Channel 4, or you're not getting money from an investor, right? You know, and you're not going through what the natural process would be.
Yeah.
And what the natural process is somebody writes a script, like say Top Boy script, right? He most probably gets 60 to 70,000 pounds for that one script.
Wow.
So you multiply that by 4 episodes or 6 episodes, you just see how much that guy's getting.
Yeah.
And he's got time to sit down in a room for whatever
time,
for 3 months, and they can talk the idea and whatever it is and get it right, and then you got a script editor that will read what he's writing and say no, this and that. Okay, when you're coming from where we're coming from, it's like you got to do everything yourself, because number one, you haven't got the budget. So if I ask you to write a script for me, right, unless you really like what I'm talking about, do you have the time to sit down for 3 months and endlessly just write this script? Maybe not. Then after a while, even if you do, you're going to say, listen, I've got other things to do, I'm not getting paid here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Now if I ask you to make another rewrite, you've written it 3 times, and I say, no, can you write another 4 times? You're like, huh? Aren't you just happy that I've written it like this? So in order to keep the budget down, that's why on a low budget, we do a lot ourselves. Like Spike Lee in America, no different.
Yeah, he is.
So this was born out of love. This is born out of love.
There wasn't born out of love, because the whole thing about this is that's why I'm here. People don't see the business side of the film industry, right?
True.
Yeah, that's, you know, why would I do this? And why would I use my own money to do this? And it's not like, oh, I'm in love with something, right? You know, I looked at what's happened in America, right? Come on. Who's the biggest Hollywood star? That's a question. I'm throwing it out. Who's the biggest Hollywood star?
Who would you say?
On the Rich List. I was actually reading the Rich List not long ago, and I can't think now.
Have a guess. Who would you say?
Is it Denzel?
No. He's not one of the highest earners. He was one of the highest earners. He's not one of the highest earners. I don't know. But the thing is, Oprah Winfrey was an actress. Originally, that's how she started as an actress. So.
No, don't change the subject. Don't change the subject. Don't change the subject. Who is the highest paid Hollywood star.
Hollywood star.
Okay, I'll
I think
take it.
he's one of the comedians.
Will Smith.
Really?
Will
Of course,
Smith.
Will gets more money than Tom Cruise. Yeah.
Wow.
And check where did Will Smith come from?
Yeah.
Where did he come from?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And before that, hip hop.
Yeah.
So you got a hip hop person, right, that earns the most. You got Ice Cube. You got 50 Cent. You got P Diddy. You've got all of this. It's not by mistake because they know where the money is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So ain't no love here.
Everyone's branching into the film industry because they see there is a gap in the market.
Yeah, and then you do it. You do music for love. I write or do whatever for love to start with. But obviously you see a gap. Now I'm gonna ask you, after Top Boy, what else is there?
Yeah.
And we're in 2013.
Yeah.
What else is there? So
you're
if there's
right.
nothing there, you can just say, oh no, the BBC not give us nothing. This no program what that we want to watch.
It's true.
After comedy, what was there after Real McCoy?
All right, but then what I'm trying to say is then if you look at the other side and you're at home and you're a homeless person or you're a mother, single mother, and you're this or you're that or you're a guy, in a broken marriage or whatever, and you got some time on your hands and you go to the library and you read, you can write a script that can get you £1 million career. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So you have to, you have to see that there's a gap there. And it's either you want to go for the gap or you want to complain. We wanted to go for the gap, and that's what we're going for.
You're being proactive.
Well, yeah.
So that leads us on to the next question. As an independent movie project, I'm sure there must have been a few hurdles that you may have experienced. What obstacles have you had to overcome leading up to and during the filming of the project?
The biggest obstacle that you always have is money. Where are you going to get the money to execute your ideas?
Okay.
Are you going to go to the funding bodies to get money? Because don't forget, the UK is completely different from America. In America, right, you're just out on your own. Yeah, you got to get to your investors. But in this country, you've got bodies like Film London, the BFI, and whatever it is. But come on, let's be realistic, right? These are white bodies that have been there for years, right? And they will give money to their buddies and to their friends or people they went to university.
Do you really think that is the case?
It's a fact. Because I'm going to ask you, right? Why haven't you seen any of these movies out there then? Why? You can apply. Anybody can apply. So either we're not applying for the money, right? Or they're giving the money somewhere else. And don't forget, right? And this is a serious fact. This money is money that you give them. It's lottery money.
Yeah.
That black people every day are going and buying their tickets and whatever it is. That's the money that they're using for the film industry. So it's your money. The same lottery they use on, I don't even watch those programs. Is it X Factor and whatever it is? Whatever it is they say. Yeah. So that's the money. But how come you ain't getting a piece? How come I ain't getting a piece? So if you know what it's like, right, then you have to decide the path that you're going to take. And my experience taught me that, look, I've got to take this particular path. Going back to guys like Noel Clarke, right, when Noel Clarke did Adulthood, he got funding from the system, and they pushed Noel Clarke like they would a white guy. Because at the time, his story, his vision and everything was bang in tune with the time, and they caught it that this guy can show us that there's a demographic out there that we don't know about. So let's put this story out, and and that was good at that time. But since then,
so other than money, is there anything else?
Sure, there's lots of different things. It's like how are you going to get your equipment? How are you going to get your equipment to shoot the movie? How are you going to get your locations to shoot, to make it have what they call production values? Like, look, I see a lot of stuff online. I know we're going to touch this on this later on, but, I see a lot of stuff online. Everybody's gone online. Yeah. Right? If you look at where...
Everything's going viral.
Yeah, but if you look where black cinema, black film, or whatever it is, it's gone, it's, Grime Daily or GRM Daily do their Film Friday, and, they do the 10-minute shorts. You got Man Them on the Wall. You got all these people that, because they can't get into television, or because television excludes them, right? They realise that there's a camera. Yeah, you can get a Canon, you can get whatever it is. We can shoot, we can edit ourselves now, and we've got our own way of distributing it, which is YouTube. So, and then we've got an audience because people will come along and watch it all the time, right? So that's where we've drifted to, right? But they made a mistake in it, because we know when you've got a guy like, say, Jamal Edwards, who's just going around and shooting grime artists just for fun, yeah, and then uploading it, and then suddenly his portal becomes the most watched thing, right? Then he suddenly, out of nothing, and because he saw a gap, or there was a gap, he becomes powerful. Grime Daily becomes powerful. Link Up becomes powerful. So now, you know what they start to do? They start to say, oh yeah, man, them on the wall. Boy, they're getting so many views. Channel 4 says, oh, let's snap up that show. So the online thing is not a bad thing. It's been cool for us, because it's a place whereby, you know, we can express our art. Yeah, and we can do it, and we do it fast. But, you know, going back to USG and Coke and all the other man them, you know, but it's the same like in American hip-hop. You know, these guys learn how about film technique from doing videos, right? You listen, you can't put Squingy in a room, even in a film room, with a director and try and fool him. He'll know what shot the director's trying to do, because he's done so many videos. Same thing happened for Ice Cube. Same thing happened for 50 Cent. So by the time they move into film and television, they know what they're doing.
It becomes a natural progression.
Yeah, it becomes a threat. Not just a natural progression, it becomes a threat, because basically, you know, these guys, like in America, think, all right, we've done this, but we want more.
Definitely.
Right, and we know how to do it. You know, and we can do a barbershop comedy quickly, or we can do a thing in a radio station quickly, and, you know, we can get to our audience quickly and make that money. Now the mainstream looks at that and says, oh my God, they don't need us anymore. But British people, listen, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking to you, you're going, wow. And I'm like, yo, British people are like so late in everything.
That's
right, not
true.
you,
That's
but
true,
I'm just
but
late. But you know why that is? This is my opinion. Because well, I don't pay my license, because I ain't got a television. But, you know, they give you all these licenses. You pay for your license. The BBC's there. Coronation Street's there. EastEnders is there. All these shows are there, right? All these white shows are there. You don't see yourself in none of these shows, but you all sit down there and watch it every single day, from morning to night, right? You don't see nobody, and then everybody waits for Idris Elba. This season, Luther. They wait all year for Luther. Then after Luther's finished, they wait for Top Boy. Ashley Waters, Top Boy. After Ashley Waters is gone and Luther's gone, nothing. Back down to EastEnders and da-da-da-da. They don't complain, they don't do nothing.
We just accept it, we just keep on going.
That's British people. But Americans, like what we got in USG and what's happening in hip-hop is, they see the gap and they say, we want that. And we not only want that, we're going to get it.
Definitely.
No doubt.
So moving on to the next question.
Can't we play some music?
one more.
Okay.
What would you say separates Feds from other British films?
The look of the movie is different.
Okay.
Yeah, because see these British movies that they make, yeah, like Adulthood, yeah, and even Top Boy, right? What's the look of Top Boy? When you look at Top Boy, what does it look like to you? I mean, you know, we're just talking art now. What does it look like to you? What does it make you feel?
Every day.
It makes you feel every day.
Yeah.
Why is that?
It doesn't look major screen.
Doesn't look major screen. Thank you. Right? Now, the reason why it doesn't look major screen, right, is they have a process which is called desaturation. Right? They take out all the colours. Right? So they give you that grimy.
Compression.
Yeah, they give you that grimy look. Right? Because they take out all the colours, so you just see kind of green and blue, and then it's dark, and it's not badly lit.
The concretes of London.
Yeah, because what they see, that's urban, isn't it? That's urban. That's how you live,
isn't it? The concrete jungle. That's how I see it. It's the concrete jungle,
but
and it's something that really annoys me.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. It's art. So they do that image, but don't forget, these guys are smart. Right?
Well, it's art, but they're creating that, aren't they?
Yeah, but you know,
they're feeding it to us. They're making us think that we all live in this concrete jungle. Everything is so dismal. Everything's so dark. But you know what? There is light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, but listen,
as a community, we don't all live in that jungle.
Thank you. But what I'm trying to say is, now you're going into mass propaganda, right? Because they put that out to everybody, right? And they're trying to give that image of what they call urban, right? Desaturated look, dark, stark, depressing, high rise, dirt, piss in the lifts.
Yes,
you know,
yes, yes.
you want to have ambition, yeah, but you got to shot something or
to get somewhere,
wherever,
yes.
and your gal is doing this and she's pregnant for the 4th time and there's no money.
All those
there's no
stereotypes.
milk. No, I don't know what.
I thought that we'd grown out of. They are stereotypes.
They're
Some of
stereotypes.
those are stereotypes.
Yeah, but they're stereotypes. But who's writing those stereotypes, right? Who's giving money to fund those stereotypes, right? Why won't they fund something else?
Yes,
so
that's
now with
true.
Feds, right? My stuff is color gloss. Yeah, color gloss. I put
Major screen.
No, yeah, major screen because I like when you look at American movies, right? When I watch Denzel Washington, yeah, but when I watch Denzel Washington and whatever and all them other movies or whatever, I don't see no color tech out. They put color in, it looks bright, it looks.
He glows.
Yeah,
he looks strong and he's glowing.
Yeah, but you know, it's a hot sunny day,
Yes.
yeah, and the ladies are out,
Yes.
and the water fountains are, the fire engines are going, yeah, a man's eating on the corner and sitting down, and the colours they're wearing is bright, whatever.
Remember Friday? That was a colourful movie, yes.
But look, you never see no American movie, urban movie, that's dark.
No, that's true.
They put the colours,
It's true,
but you're talking about art, and this is where cinematography and colours are important, because colours make you feel.
It's an emotional thing.
Of course, so they know what emotion they want to do when they make those movies dark.
Definitely.
My emotion, is bright, big, whatever. So that's what sets Feds apart.
So we're going on to next track now?
Yeah, next track. Alright, Inner City, Q is in the building. As I said, interact with us on the web, all the W's, Innacityfm.com. We're going to play a brand new track now. This one artist goes by the name of Greco. Title track name Heartless. Take a listen, people. So if you just locked in, Sounds of Danger on Inner FM with Candyents, with a special guest tonight, people. Goes by the name of Q, featuring his brand new film called FEDZ. But take a listen. Sounds of Greco. City. That was the sounds of Greco, title track name Heartless. So we're going to go straight into the questions again because Q is a very interesting producer. So massive love goes out to all that's locked in right now. As I said, interact with us on the web, all the W's Innacityfm.com. All right, Q. I want you to tell me a little bit about the cast you've been working with on the project of the film.
I'm really blessed with the cast.
Yeah.
You know, I've got Ashley Waters. I've got
Ashley's in it.
Yeah, I've got Joseph Marcel, who's in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I've got Dexter Fletcher, who's in Lock, Stock. I've got a girl called Katia Winter.
Yeah.
Right. Who's just blowing up in America right now. She's in something called Sleepy Hollow. And I've got Shanika, Warren Markland. I've got so many great actors. I've got Femi Onyieran, who's pretty cool. Yeah, I've got Will Johnson. You know, I've got a really good cast.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Sounds exciting.
All right, I understand the film was designed to work with the mobile app Shazam.
Yep.
Why is it that you felt that it was important to make the film compatible with that app?
Right. There was something that, what's your name, is it?
Candy.
Yeah, Candy said during the break that I'd like to pick up on.
Yeah.
You know, she was saying that, it must be quite exciting for me to be doing Feds and whatever it is. And the thing is, you know, Kanye West said something. I watched Kanye West's interview, and I did watch 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
But he said something that was really powerful. He said, listen, all they want us to do is make T-shirts. That's all they want us to do, right? Okay. If it's like, if you come along and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do hip-hop, I'm going to do some T-shirts and clothing range, that's cool.
Yeah.
But don't try to say you want to design shoes. Don't try to say you want to shoot a slate of movies. Don't try to say, you want to design a whole... Stay in your lane. Yeah. Don't say you want to design houses, or you want to do kitchenware or stuff like that.
Or open a school, which is the latest thing now. Everyone's opening schools.
There you go.
Read something in the paper today, Nelly's opened up a school.
Right.
Which gives an opportunity for filmmakers, producers.
There you go.
And you have to be a qualified. So they said, does he lecture? And he said, no, he's not qualified to do that.
There you go.
He hopes the best for them.
Yeah,
he's
but
not qualified.
that's a very powerful thing, because everybody goes, hip-hop, right, clothing label. But, we must do what they don't want us to do.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Of course, it's going to be hard, right? But, you got guys in America that own whole chains of cinemas. You got guys in America, you know what I'm saying? Like even the Caribbean, elsewhere, and whatever it is. So, I don't stay in
They own rubbish firms. You go to Atlanta, they own rubbish firms.
There you go.
They own cinemas. They have investments in casinos. Things that we don't even think of.
Do you know when I was in America one time, right? I met this guy, right, and he was one of the richest people in New York, yeah? And I said to this guy, black guy, I said, what do you do and whatever it is? When he told me what he did, yeah, I know that I just couldn't do it, but it is a money earner.
Yeah.
He was an undertaker.
Yes.
And a very good and it's a big money
business.
Big money, because we're all gonna die.
We're all gonna die.
Right? And we all want and the thing about
how much
that,
is one casket? They say it's about £5,000 for one casket.
Yeah, but it's not even that, right? Because I've just got a weird feeling, yeah? Right? And this, as a kid, I used to have this, right? And it's still kind of with me a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? Which is, like, that's why I like the Muslim people, because they bury their own in a nice way. I mean, if we got so few black undertakers, that means if you've been disrespected by white people, right, in your life, right, do you think they're gonna have any respect for you when you're dead? No, but you're laughing. How many white?
No, my spine.
Yeah, but I'm just saying to you. Come on. What respect? Who's burying us? White people, right? And what are they doing? They're getting money from that. Well, I couldn't do it. Right, being an undertaker, but I did meet a black woman over here whose son is making a lot of money from doing that. And when I'm saying making a lot of money from doing it, it's not that, because don't forget, when you have an undertaker, it's like McDonald's, people get things twisted. McDonald's is not about selling burgers and whatever it is and giving you... No, it's not even a service. Come on. And this is what I'm trying to say. They don't teach nobody money at school. McDonald's is about real estate. They buy that over in that corner, and they buy next one in that corner. Nando's is about real estate. They buy this, they buy that, they own the properties and whatever it is. Undertakers is about real estate. When you have one undertakers and the brand goes, and you go in Birmingham, and you go Manchester, and whatever it is. Because you see me, yeah, if I do earn a lot of money, and I'll do whatever from movies, most probably you'll see that I will have a firm of undertakers. I might not be the one that will do the thing, but I'll make sure my people are buried with respect, right? That's what I'm saying. And my thing is, I'm like, yo, so when I'm dead, yeah, I can't see no black undertakers. Whatever. I think there's some in Harlesden. There are some in Harlesden. There used to be anyway, but I haven't gone and investigated. It ain't my time. It ain't true. But you understand what I'm saying? That in terms of business, there's lots of things that we could do that can make a lot of money.
If we plan, if we sit down, we communicate, we share ideas.
Of course, I agree with you. So, going back to Shazam, was that I didn't want to stay in that lane, right? Shazam. Right, I'm always the person that's looking at technology in order to free me, because I saw that what Jamal has done and all these different things in technology, and I'm thinking to myself, right, how can I get ahead in this game? So I found out about this app, which is Shazam, which is basically just detects music. So like sometimes when you're in a nightclub and a DJ's playing a tune, and you think, oh, what's that tune? And before you'd have to go up and ask the DJ, and the DJ would tell you, move from me, right? You're disturbing me. But now you can just use your phone, which everybody's got, and the app will tell you, oh, it's this tune, Gecko, Heartless, right? And then it will store it for you, So I thought, oh, that's amazing, right? Because it's audio detection, but it's on the phone. And I worked out to myself that the next thing is all going to be on the phone, right? It's not going to be, it's that thing.
That's where we're heading,
World.
And so I like music, right? And I wanted to showcase UK hip-hop, which is the same as what the Americans have done with their hip-hop, but their hip-hop dominates us, Jay-Z and whatever it is. So I thought, what could there be a way, right, that, let's say somebody in Manchester or Hull gets the movie and says, oh, you see that track over there? I really like it. What is that track? Right? They can just Shazam it, and they can, Shazam auto tags the whole thing. So, like, say for example, all the music that is being played now, if you Shazammed it, it will just come up like a playlist. And then check this, which is so wicked about Shazam, right? It links right to YouTube, right? And you can see all the YouTube videos of an artist, and then it even pulls stuff from Google and stuff like that. So you can discover.
Trailer, and it will go to your trailer as well.
It could do, but then most important thing is that it links to iTunes, right? So if you like it, you can just buy it. So that's why that's why and I thought I had to keep up to speed with it. So I put it into my thing, and I spoke to Shazam, and then they said, oh, well, we haven't done this before. I said, well, this is what I want to do. So then they logged it in, and we worked it through. But there's another app as well that does the same, and we spoke to them. They're called Soundhound. They do more or less the same thing.
I've heard of that. I've heard of that. That's a good look. So I believe Squinchy from the USG was very influenced on the music side of things. How did the working relationship become between you two?
It's really funny, isn't it? Because a lot of people spend their time on the internet, and obviously I spend time on the internet, but I used to see how the social media is going, and I suppose I'm kind of old school, right? I mean, I do meet women on the street, in a shop, walking down, whatever. But there's a whole generation, right, that's just downloading women. And women are downloading men, right? From Facebook and Twitter and whatever it is, right?
Instagram.
Oh, Instagram's the one because the girls are wearing all the
things. No one's closing Instagram.
There you go. See, so everybody's on a download thing, innit? They're just downloading each other, right? So, uploading, downloading, download, whatever. But you see, with me, I use the net, like I'm saying, like even with the Shazam thing, to get an advantage, right? From move, I'll leave you guys dating and downloading, but we're looking to make money, right? So, obviously, I came across USG's music, and I really like their music, and I like their sound, and I thought, who does this? Where? So obviously I found out it was Squinch. I found out they were from Stonebridge and whatever it is. So I Facebooked him, and then talks about the stuff.
Beauty of social media.
There you go, for business.
Yeah, business.
Not for downloading women all day long or Instagramming men or whatever you do. So then obviously then we met in Willesden and we talked. But the thing I liked about Squingy is the fact that he's got a really good sense of what the consumer wants, what they will do, what they won't do. He should really be working in a big record company. But, as he's working with USG, he's using the same formula like Def Jam, Young Money, all the American labels, and building that brand, or Bad Boy. And so he's using his skills there. So he's got a very good intuitive understanding of the consumer. And, he's got a very good ear for music. And he proved that by building Coke up to a point where Rock Nation or RCA would sign the artist. Of course, Coke done his own work, in terms of the videos he shot and whatever shot or whatever. But it's always good to have somebody who can give you an honest opinion, not yes men around you. And and I saw that about USG. It's like, I tell you something, when I started meeting these guys, and I started whatever, I was frightened, right? No, serious. I was frightened. I had to take a step back because their work rate is phenomenal.
Wow.
Their work rate is, and I'm looking at these guys and I'm saying, whoa, I work hard, but now I'm in a proper team, so I've really got to come correct, right? And that when you see somebody going 100% for something, it makes you want to go 100% for something. And those guys, I tell a story, right, where Squinch phones me up. And he says to me, "Oh, yo, Q, what you doing?" I said, "I'm just at home, man. I'm chilling." He goes, "Oh, yeah, well, we're going studio. You coming?" I said, "Yeah, kinda, yeah." I said, "All right then. Where are you gonna be?" "Oh, we're gonna be here." I said, "All right then. Yeah, I'll meet you guys there." This is New Year's Day.
Oh my New Year's Day.
Wow.
This is New Year's Day. They're getting it in, right? They're not mucking about. They're getting it in. Right? And, I was just happy to be in the studio with all of them, and they were there working, right? And I said to myself, because Christmas for me, I don't do Christmas. Christmas is a time, because I'm independent, and I don't have money, and I'm disadvantaged, and whatever, and all these corporations have got whatever they got, I like Christmas, because when they go and eat their turkey and sleep, I'm working. And also I've got 2 weeks when the whole industry shuts down, the film industry, the music industry, whatever, shuts down, that I can do my planning, do my scripts, do whatever it is. By the time it comes to January, and then another thing about Christmas, is the UK industry after Christmas doesn't start kicking in until February. February, March. And then when it comes to February, March, they're giving you Valentine's and holidays and whatever it is. So if you grind a little bit over Christmas, by the time you come out, you're so far ahead of the rest.
Okay, so moving on to the next question.
Yep.
How would you say that Squingy has impacted on the finished result of the movie?
It's definitely his stamp. He's guided me. Yeah, he's guided me into tracks that will work. He's given it a sound, right? Because the sound had to be really good. For me, what I'm really happy about this movie is I think the sound is 60% more better than the visuals, and I wanted the sound to be 60% more better, because normally what happens in independent movies is you spend all your time shooting the movie, doing all the grading, and then you just go online and watch. I'm going to say anyway, go and watch Fast Lanes on Grime Daily. There's a film called Fast Lanes on Grime Daily. It's on there now, GRM Daily, and as a person's walking the street, the bus, it's like they're all in a washing machine. They don't know about recording sound properly. They don't know about all those things. And that's all right for that level. But if you want to play in the bigger teams and whatever it is, you've got to get your sound right. And when you look at the picture as well, the grading is not on point. Do you know what I mean? And those things won't last. So Squingy has given me a good base for the sound and the music.
Okay. In the city, there we have it. Q is very talented right now. We're just getting going in. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna play another track now. This one is title track name Do This Thing by USG. Take a listen. This is a personal favourite. It's crazy, Q, isn't it?
Turn it up.
Yeah. It's all about Innacityfm. Q is in the building, people. All the W's Innacityfm.com. Let's go. Alright, from the TLP.
Came from the bottom up, congratulate them. Set the pace in the game, never done. Came from one hand. What you heard, this is God's plan. Like out of Belfort, but I still stand. Real hood greatness, banging in the hood and still spinning on the place. Get rap, man. Put them in the box like a big trash can. Need a team without you ducking in the street. Running from the scene, so I let the something scream. Busy boy, the chief's busy boy. Coast gas, big four busy boy. You know we keep the on deck. You live on that thing, earn the respect. You don't do this shit. We don't care what them I say. We don't watch what them I do. How we do this shit. We don't care what them I say. We don't watch what them I do. How we do this shit. Study harder than you ever thought of. But I didn't see cause how we do this shit. How we open the bar. No love for it, but how we do this shit. Them boy they a baby. Little man, little status. We don't deal with the middle bad lady. With the rest of funnel on the stone busy raging. USG 80, aka disgracing. We bun boy skin. One call to the dogs, have your door caved in. From the road to the booth, we do this thing. We ain't nothing like you, all you do is sing.
Everybody wanna get with the team, cause they see it taking off. But I like us with the wrong guys, you'll get taken off. Some guys are blatant soft, so we don't with them. They made their choices on the
Listen to General Left. Going in. Big up Indigo, wherever you are, family. Blessings, fam.
put in work with play.
Ready to shut down in the city. Q is in the building, people.
Their whole face is gone.
Look out for this film. We're going to give you all the details at the end of the show. But this is a one away. Trust me. So as we slip and slide, as we leave USG, this one is title track named Go Hard. Artist goes by the name of Greco featuring Sky. Alright, we're going to put it from the TLP. Listen to this, people. Yes, Q.
This is my favourite track, man. You know, this kid is 16 years old, man.
I know, Q, I know.
And he's so hard. And you just, no, stop the track, stop the track, stop the track, stop the track. The guy goes, every day that I wake up, you know, I go hard. At 16?
At 16,
What I'm trying to say is, imagine I know the guy.
Yeah.
I can't even call him the youth or whatever.
Yeah.
And his attitude is that every day that he wakes up, he goes hard. I'm a bigger man.
Yeah.
That means if I don't go harder than him, right?
You
And that's what.
past the shame, don't you?
Yeah. That ambition and that. I love it. I
drive
love
that
it.
he's got. Because I remember we was in the studio, you know, and he phoned.
Right.
His first time that he ever phoned when we was in the studio with Coke and USG, and he spitted a few bars.
Right.
Just on the phone.
Yeah.
Coke them said, yeah, we have to get this geezer. And all of
But
a
you know-
sudden, down the line, Greco.
Yeah, but you know the thing about it is this is what I tune into.
Yeah.
Because the only thing that I've got, right, is my mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They can't take your creativity or your inspiration, your dreams, or you know what you go on in your head and whatever what drives you, which gets into your body, and then which moves you to do what you want to do every single day.
Yeah.
All
Now
the
this
greats
guy,
that have been imprisoned,
Yeah.
Nelson Mandela, all those refugees, they said, what made you survive? It said it was my mind.
Yeah.
They can't take that away from me.
Yeah. And now you've got a 16-year-old kid, right, that's saying every day that I wake up, I go hard. I go hard. Do you go hard, listener, every day? Do you go hard? And that's the thing. So it's a kind of asks me the question. So I go hard every day. I've got to go hard. I love the tune.
All right. You heard it there, people. This is a personal favourite from the man himself. Take a listen. Did you hear the message? No time for idle. Massive love goes out to all the USG family.
Yeah, I'm going hard every stanza. Trying to fly away, get the plane to Atlanta. Living in my own world, sipping on the Fanta. Waiting for the price, trying to call up Santa. They say in the game I'm a banger. I know the question, I wanna know the answer. Yeah, I'm trying to make friends with the banker. But they say I'm gonna blow like a worm. See my face on the paper. I know I ain't signed to a major. But in the third tunes like a waiter. Trying to go off that radar. And here's a little message to a hater. Something like a mouse, I'm trying to be the DjDange. Trying to be the richest man, trying to be the maker. Trying to make the bread, yeah, I'm trying to be the baker. I see another day living by my maker. So I go hard.
Sounds of the Greco. Featuring the Sky. Title track name I Go Hard. Listen to his lyrics, people.
Yeah, I'm going hard every YouTube. Yeah, I'm the glow in the dark, I'm the new mood. I'm connected to the game, I'm the Bluetooth. I'm that kid, yeah, they know me from the YouTube. I watch what I do, know what you do. They say that I'm magical, something like voodoo. One step forward, every other new move. God, they say I'm gonna blow right through you. Yeah, I'm going hard on this beat. Yeah, look, I'm rolling with the one-way seat. I will never fall, stay on my beat. I will never fall, stay on my feet. I'm going hard on this mic, I'm the gloom in the dark in the night. I will see who's barking tonight. Pick it up, yeah, I'm here with the dogs on my side. Every day that I wake up, I see another day given by my maker. So I go hard, I go harder. I'm a young dream chaser, so I couldn't give a damn about a hater. So I go hard, I go hard. Every day that I wake up, I see another day given by my maker. So I go harder. I'm a young dream chaser, so I couldn't give a damn about a hater. So I go hard.
I'm a young dream maker. I couldn't give a damn about a hater. Beautiful lyrics. Beautiful lyrics. That's why I love hip hop. It's the poetry.
I love it too. So let's go into the next section.
Okay.
I've always wondered how it is that producers and directors select music for films. So tell us what it is that you look for when you're selecting the right music.
Okay, selecting the music for a film.
And that's the bit I love. For
Yeah.
some reason, that's the bit I love.
Yeah, but it's the bit that I love, but it was the bit that I was always, or you're always denied. Yeah, in the old days.
Okay.
Because this is where we go into the politics of film and music. You know, it's audio, visual, right? So therefore, what it's meant to be is 50-50 with the audio and the visual. So for example, you know, if you want to see how powerful audio is, the senses to people, right? That's where horror movies and stuff like comes, because somebody, if you're watching a movie, they can, what they call foreshadow. Yes. They can make you feel what's going to happen before it happens, and then maybe not happen just by the music. You know what I mean? That's a skill. That's an art. When you're sitting there, your heart will start beating just because of the way the guys doing the music.
It's
And
like
then-
creating that suspense.
Yeah, and then also in Hollywood or in the film industry, Bollywood and now Nollywood, right? You know that there's a commercial side to the business, right? If I put a track by Jay-Z in my movie,
Yeah.
right, when I'm driving my Ferrari or driving through Harlesden
Yes.
in my broken up Beetle, but it might show that I've got some inspiration, the song that,
Definitely.
whatever song it is. But how you gonna get Jay-Z's song to put in your movie? They're gonna ask you for a lot of money, the
Yes.
publishing. So you're never gonna get that. So obviously Hollywood knows that. They can, let's even forget Hollywood. Let's just go back to TV commercials. How many, name me a TV commercial with a song that you remember.
The only one, just as you were saying it, because I love the whole music to
Yeah.
commercials, I was thinking about Lenny Kravitz. I can't remember which car it was.
Right.
I Want to Fly Away.
Right, so now, right, somebody in an advertising company or somewhere wherever it is, some creative said, if we put Lenny Kravitz with this
Yeah.
car and
Yes.
do this and do this, it's going to give people like you an emotion, and you're going to remember that car, you're going to whatever. So that's the power of music, but
Definitely.
we never usually have the budgets because you got to go to the publishers or you got to go whatever it is.
Get the permission first.
Yeah, and usually, right, you have to set aside on a proper movie, right, you'd be setting aside minimum, right, of 200k to clear the rights for the
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
Because they know that if you've got that big track,
Yeah.
the big track can be the video,
It could,
can be
anything
whatever
happen.
it is, and don't
The
forget,
trailer.
yeah, see you come
All
back
the
to trailer.
promotions. All the
Yeah.
promotions surrounding
Yeah,
it.
and people buy something
Yes.
on 2 minutes.
Yes.
Which is the trailer. And then afterwards they go to the movie and say it was rubbish. But those people in that trailer, they've designed the sound to make you feel good.
Yes.
When it's a love scene, they've just done it in a particular way, and then they'll just bring in a Jay Sean track, the one with him and Rick Ross, if it's got a little druggy thing in there. They know what they're doing, innit? They know what they're doing. It's designed. I mean,
Yeah.
and we consume it.
Yeah.
I'm saying now, like with Kanye, let's sit on the other side. Come on, we're big people now. We've been
Yeah.
doing it. Our parents have come from Africa, Jamaica, all around the world, and
Yeah.
they had to do buses and do whatever and clean streets and this and that. We're in our position. It's not about, they try to make the area code, right? They try to make the area code. And what I done is like, soundtrack is a very powerful thing because the soundtrack is the one thing in a movie, for me,
Yeah.
right, that can bring the whole community together. And what I did with the soundtrack is I went and spoke to Judge of Souls from PDC.
Yeah.
I went and spoke to people in the East. I went and spoke to the people in the West.
Or
I wa-
South, East, or
yeah,
West.
because I like music. I want
Yeah.
to speak to people in the North. I don't care. Because in America, when you hear the soundtrack to Training Day, it's not like, oh yeah, that's an East Coast thing and
Yeah,
that's a West
it's
Coast thing.
something
It's a
very
beat. It's a beat, and whatever the beat is works.
Whatever works for that scene works for the scene.
And we've got to understand that can help make money, push the artist, do whatever it is.
And bring us all up at the same time.
Right, so which goes back to Shazam, is that if I can get the hip hop soundtrack that I want, and I feel, right, from a business perspective, just from a business perspective, that house music is whatever it is, and house music has gone into the arenas or the garage,
Yeah.
with Calvin, whatever it is,
Calvin
playing,
Harris.
which is what Idris wants now.
Yes.
Imagine Idris Elba, right, from actor, like, I want to play stadiums, because he knows, innit?
Yes.
Them guys are earning more money than him,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they're not even playing tunes that they make. They're playing other people's tunes. They just walk in like my man here. We made me 2 discs, put it in, yeah, and they play to 50,000 people or 20,000 and get a lot of money for it and fly off all day long.
There's a demand for live performances.
But music,
Yeah.
that's how it's making money.
Live music.
So, I realized that I ain't got no beef with anybody. I just love music, and I know that as a bed to a movie, it can be very commercial. And I felt that, look, grime
Yeah.
had we got Dizzy, and then now we got Tiny Temper, and there's a few other guys, the Skeptors and whatever popping off, and the JMEs, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere,
Yes.
right, you get K-Coke, Screen G,
Yes.
USG,
The emergence.
this sound, and then you get DVS and all this Joe Black, and I'm like, yo, UK hip hop. Now I can drive in my car or whatever, and I can hear music and people talking about life that I can relate to.
Yeah.
I don't have to hear somebody talking about, 50 Cent talking about whatever he's talking about in New York and whatever.
Yeah.
So I thought, and then also I
The
think,
NYPD.
yeah, and then another thing happened. because I had a couple of beefs anyway. I had a beef with Semtex on Twitter, right? Yeah, because I tell him, innit? I told him, I said to him, I said, listen, man, he's been in whatever he's been. Look, he's A&R of Mercury, yeah, and he's what else is he? He's A&R Mercury, and then he's a DJ, and he very rarely. He's kind of 50-50. You know, he kind of plays a bit of English and a lot of Americans, right? But he's always up the Americans' rear, right? You know, Kanye West and Jay-Z, because, you know, that's his lane, innit? And that's where he makes money from that. And then before that, right, you got Westwood, right? That just
Old
played
school.
Yeah, but that was just 100% US hip-hop, right? And you know how much money you got backhanders, innit? Because basically, you know, come on, you know, you're just breaking those acts in Europe for the last 20 years, right? And the kids that are trying to get through, right, you're not even getting through. So what do? They're very clever, right? Because this is where black kids and black people are very adaptable. They create grime. They create something of their own, Wiley and whatever it is.
Something organic.
Yeah, and to make money from it. But then a big shift came when we had Charlie Sloth, right? Because Charlie Sloth, you know, actually, Squinty told me a story yesterday. I hope I get it right, you know what I mean? Before that man they start saying, well, you come on the radio and you tell me this and you're okay, and all you do is make film anyway, right? Anyway, so he was talking about Charlie Sloth, and he was talking about when Charlie Sloth first was on BBC One Extra, not like Capital Extra, but anyway, but BBC Extra.
Don't go on there, don't go to that subject.
Extra and Choice.
No, I see there's a lot of things you want to say about
No, I don't want to say nothing about nothing. But anyway, but it's music and it's politics. Anyway, so Charlie was on there, and then I think he got taken off, right, the radio. And the reason why he got taken off, Squingy tells me, because the one time I think they were all in BBC Radio 1, and they had all the pictures of all these DJs, and Charlie was there, and Squingy goes, well, you know, Charlie, how come you're not in these pictures? He goes, oh, that was the year they took me off the radio, right? Because obviously they gave him playlists to play, right? But he never played the playlist. He played whatever he wanted, which was UK hip hop, right? And eventually they said, no, right? You know, you're meant to play what we're telling you to play, and you're not playing it. So yes, sit on the bench. So, but then when they went and looked at the ratings after he was taken off the radio, they realized that the ratings dropped, right? And that actually he had made a lane that was getting listeners. So they brought him back. Look at him now. You know, and he's been very influential in a lot of people's careers. I don't mind, you know, the American experience, you know, because I mean, Charlie maybe will drop an American tune here and whatever. But my argument was this, right? The business is, when you play a song on radio, there's something called PRS. Right? It means the artists will get paid because they're whatever it is. So if you've been playing American music for 20 years, you've just been building the American industry. You've not been given any money.
The American dream.
Whatever their dream is, but it's our nightmare. Because you got kids that are trying to get their stuff on radio and trying to get played and trying to get on Radio 1 and trying to get a PRS check.
People don't actually realise how important the DJ is, how important the radio is. And although we've got so much social media, we've got YouTube, we've got all of those things, the radio still, or should I say the DJ still plays an important role in the industry. Now, as far as I'm concerned, in the States, they've known about that for years. The DJ's been like the superstar. We're still chasing, we're still chasing, we're still chasing. And it's a lot of the things you've said in this interview, that the UK is still far behind. And we need to start stepping forward.
No, but you know what? It's you got to go back to Charlie Sloth, because basically, right, he, you know, says in the way that he is that, okay, I'm a DJ, I've come up through however I come up to, now I'm in BBC. Now they've given me a list to play, right, and I'm just meant to chat between the list, but I ain't feeling this list. So you know what? See this list? See this list here? See this list? Yeah? I'm dashing it in the bin, and now I'm going to play what I'm playing, because this is what I'm feeling, and this is what's coming through from me, right? And then the powers that be say, no, you know what I mean? What I'm basically saying is, you know, the American experience and our experience, if we don't play our own, right, we don't get a chance to get money and we don't, get a chance to get through. So that's where I think, it's very powerful. And the power of the DJ, where I was really going with it, is the power of the DJ in the old days, which is what Charlie done, is the DJ's meant to introduce you to new things.
Exactly.
Not a playlist.
Yes.
Like say now, your listeners, you're meant to, I'm coming here, I don't know if it's one person, 20,000, 2 million, doesn't matter. But I'm coming to you and you're giving me exposure to a new audience, and maybe, hopefully, your audience is entertained by something that's different, right? And then they're hearing about Feds
That's what
first.
I was saying, the power of the DJ.
Yeah.
The power of the DJ.
That's if the DJ does what the DJ is doing, like what you're
Danger,
doing.
you doing what you're supposed to be doing?
Well, no, he is definitely doing what he's meant to be doing.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
We're supporting the underground artists coming through.
Yeah, so let's move on to the next question. So the way in which people access films has changed greatly in the past few years. People are getting a lot more content online and downloading a lot of these days. So how do you think that has impacted on the industry? You touched on that earlier, but
I think
go into it. Share some more.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's great because it's liberating. It's liberating because it's a gift and a curse, because a guy can go out now with his Canon, shoot it, edit it on his Final Cut, publish it on YouTube, and then market it round and have his own crowd or people come watch that movie, and at the same time, be discovered by somebody. But what I don't tell you is, like, say when you're on GRM Daily and on GRM Daily or one of these portals, when you're getting lots of plays, you might be getting famous, but because of the amount of views and the income that comes from the amount of views, the platform is getting paid. Do you know what I mean? So you just think about it. If K Coke has got 4 million hits on whatever platform it was, like say USG or whatever it is, and they were paying him say $1 for every 10,000, that's a lot of money. Now the people that have kind of revolutionized that kind of industry have been the Africans, right? You got Afro Nolly, Iroko TV, all of these channels that are now big, right, and get lots of advertising, started on YouTube. Now, what I would say, because I kind of found out about it, and I was actually having a conversation with Rashid from Link Up TV. He's a very hard-working but very intelligent guy. Just like he's just tuned in to the zeitgeist, as these English people say, just what's happening. And he said to me, and Sky Beats was there that day as well. He said, look, everything's moving towards YouTube channels. If you don't have a YouTube channel, right, then in the future you're not going to be able to make any income from your content. Why? Because like now, have you noticed that if you've got a YouTube channel, they force you to go to Google. Google, Google Plus. You got to have a Google Plus account, right? And now with Google Plus, there's a whole different world. Circles of friends and this and that. But they know what they're doing, isn't it? Right? But they've moved you into that world because that's where they
You can't even visit as a guest. You actually have to join. One of those things.
Right, yeah. But that's why, like everything else, but it's no different from road, is it? No, it's no different from being on road. No, listen, it's like Jay-Z and 50 Cent and all them man there, they'll give you music for free. They'll give you puppy dog effect, innit? You give the puppy the music for free and whatever, and eventually the puppy's gonna want that music, then you say pay. Right? So, YouTube was there, everybody using it, everybody they say pay. Or Google Plus, there's nothing you can do. So I think it's great for black people, the way that technology is moving. I think it's a threat for the mainstream. No, I do, because I tell you why I say this. Because if you've been disenfranchised, and you haven't been given a lot of things, right, you have to be creative, innit? Why, alright, why did it take me, right, to work out, let me put my movie with Shazam? They're all out there. I didn't make Shazam, right? There's other filmmakers, there are other things, they could have all done it and said, oh, I'm going to do it specifically, whatever. They weren't thinking about it. And then even my friend said, oh, so it took you to think about it. I said, stop being a hater. I told him, stop being a hater. I just thought, look, I like music.
You opened up your mind to the opportunity. It was there, but you took it.
Yeah, but also what I'm trying to say is, you know, you're talking about Instagram, you're talking about Twitter.
Yeah.
You know, all these people, I can guarantee the main movers and all of those things somewhere are black people. Because when it comes to, and you know why? Because it all ends up in the phone. You see,
Yes.
black people and their
Remember the old
phones.
school Nokia ringtones?
There you
It
go.
was a Nigerian man making a little tune.
Alexandra Musu. Come
Yes.
on. Yeah, so yeah.
So let's move on to the film premiere.
Yeah.
When and where is it happening?
Right, November the 5th at the Genesis Cinema in Whitechapel. And yeah, that's it, really.
What time?
It starts at 9 o'clock. Yeah, it starts
Okay.
at 9 o'clock.
Anything we need to look out for, get excited for?
Well, once again, right, it's taken me, right, and my blackness and my disadvantagedness and my creativity to try and work out how to get through all of this
Yeah.
to come up with a new model,
Yeah.
right? Well, me and Squingy. So what? Check this now, right?
Yeah.
You come to the cinema,
Red carpet.
you get
of
your red
course.
carpet, you get a live band doing
Yeah.
all that kind of nice little sociable music while you're having your photographs taken, or you see the stars.
Yeah.
Then you
The stars being yourself
not myself, other people. Other
and
people.
yourself.
We're gonna touch
No.
on that afterwards.
So,
Don't
then,
give it away yet.
then all right. Then you watch the movie.
Yeah.
Then you can Shazam the movie. You can.
Yeah.
We don't tell you to turn off your phone. We tell you to keep your phone on, put it on silent, download the Shazam app or whatever, and auto tag the whole soundtrack so that you can go away and all the songs that are there, artists, you can whatever. Then after that, you come out of the cinema and then you have a live performance, a live band, whatever it is, DJs, guests, all for £10.
Yes.
Come on.
Can't go wrong.
But you know, I did teeth the idea. I teethed it. I
took it.
Yeah, I took it from Nollywood, because Nollywood,
Yeah.
right? What the Africans do is they'll have a premiere of a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be charging 20, 40, 50, and they'll pay.
Yeah.
Right? They'll come up dressed up,
Yes.
the nicest. The women will look beautiful. The guys will look
Definitely
awesome.
VIP experience.
VIP, whatever it is. They'll
Yeah.
meet the stars, and the producers will walk away with 40K in one night,
Yeah.
which is more than a big movie
Yeah.
would get elsewhere.
Yeah.
Now the Nigerian model has to do that because they got piracy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I sat down and I saw it in the UK. I saw some of my friends. Last Flight to Abuja, Mirror Boy. There's another one that's gone now, Flower Girl. I'm saying, boy, these guys are coming up with this model. So I thought, all right then, I'll take that model, which is the one night model, yeah, and then package it with the live band and something kind of UK-ish,
Yeah.
and then yeah, put it in the cinema. And also that means that we start to develop our own distribution thing, because it's 50-50, yeah, between me and the cinema.
Yeah.
So I don't need no middleman, right, who's going to take 70-30,
Yeah.
right, and then from whatever is left in the pot, the 30%,
Yeah.
right, he's going to say to me, well, there's no money left, you know, because I have to spend money on marketing, I have to
Yeah.
spend money in this. But don't
Yeah.
worry, you're famous. I don't want to be famous, right? I never wanted to be famous, yeah? I've had my opportunities to do all of that. I only do what I do because it saves my budget, right? I can rely on me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if I'm here today. Lefty's meant to be here, but
Yeah,
you know.
just tweeted saying sorry. Yeah,
No. But the thing about that was that he had a meeting in the West End, because I don't know, some of the guys from USG, yeah, they moved into Top Boy. Yeah, so they've
Okay.
gone from road
Yeah.
into mainstream film, and with that, what happens is, now they have meetings
Yeah.
with directors and other people. So the meeting that he had, when I was meant to meet him, got extended, which is a great thing, that he's now having meetings
Yeah.
with these guys and stuff like that. So that's what I'm about. It's like, look, there's a gap there. If you can't see the gap and you're not going to go for it, and you know that you've got all the tools, you can use Instagram better than them, you can use Twitter better than them, you can use whatever to get your ideas and whatever out there. Why are you going to go for the money?
Why not?
Why aren't you?
Why not?
So that's what we're about. So we created a new model, and we just need you people who are listening to come out for £10.
Listeners, are you getting that? You need to come out 5th of November. Remember, the 5th of November. Feds, where are we? Genesis Cinema.
That's right.
Shoreditch.
Near Shoreditch. Yeah.
Shoreditch, Whitechapel.
Yeah, we've gone to the funky areas. And, Come on, we're uptown.
Basically, all you need to know is this. You need to dress up. You need to be looking swanky. You need to have your swagger. You need to come and support.
Yeah.
Feds.
All right, Inner City. What we're going to do, we're going to play a next tune now. This one is title track named Mind City, featuring Young Mag B, featuring Squingy and EXO. Take a listen. Massive love goes out to Diga, wherever you are, family. Big up Robbie on the message board.
Hear him, any free tickets? Is he having them out? It's £10.
Yeah, but that's what they'll do, innit?
To my side of the city where we go hard for the face of the queen. Where we go harder, where we go harder. To my side of the city where we go hard for the face of the queen. Where we go harder, where we go for the face of the queen. Welcome to the part of the town. We don't need hammers to break bricks down. No dentist to fill in, no crown, no backseat. Get your dogs put down. It's where we come from. We don't care about the ways or the attractions. Ride round the block with that artist pumping. Throwing up ampersands. Round here we run things. From Pecking to the Bermondsey blocks. Trust me, I'm nice with them Bermondsey buds. Young G's in the bags with
So as I said, if you just locked in, the sounds of Q in the building. A film producer with his brand new film called Feds.
G-Love goes deeper than deep. Welcome to my part of town.
This is one film not to be missed.
To my side of the city where
So mad love goes out to all the USG family. We got Lefty, Swingy, Keiko, EXO, the whole family. Massive love goes out to Ndigo for making this possible. Blessings, brother.
Let me tell you what. Raised in the council state, still a council flat. When you struggle, pay the council tax. I'm still G, nights out, minimum, still hard, not life, never sweet like cinnamon, never fat, it was bitter like Cersei, yeah. Nothing in the cupboard or the fridge when I'm thirsty, nothing. Mummy spent the last of the money on the gas and electricity, yeah. Just to keep our heat and working. Like kids, 2 beds, mummy had to sleep on the couch. Food never stretched, mummy never ate. That's why I go hard for the face of the queen, yeah. So I can put a smile on the face of my queen. Gotta keep pushing, how could I not? 24/7, hustle around the clock until I excel and get us all off the block. Go hard for the cream till my casket drop, yeah. To my side of the city where we go hard for the face of the queen. Where we go hard, where we go harder. To my side of the city where we go hard for the face of the queen. Where we go harder, where we go for the face of the queen.
Northwest area, welcome to my side. I go bangs, niggas don't duck and daddy. Go for the ting, look out, it'll make it slide. It'll make it spin. No conversation, just it's the every go rap, let it ring. Hold no regrets, but for some I'm not proud. For some I did wrong and I hold my head down. But I did what I have to, so I hold my head now. Flick bits and switch whips to move. Flip bits and took trips to who? It's mad in the city in the chase to get rich. Started from scratch as I itch.
And I promise to man that I'll bring it home.
So I take it all for the team. Take one for me and I die in the scene.
To my side of the city where we go hard.
That's right, in the city. Title track named My City, featuring Young Mag B, Swingy and EXO.
To my side of the city where we go hard for the face of the queen.
So as we leave that, we're going to give you a next one now. Take a listen to this. This one is title track named Deeper. Sounds of Squingy. Take a listen to this.
Northwest London, stone busy, oh my sight, my home, you know me
Alright, from the TLP, big old the phone line massive.
It's the sky,
It's going in right now.
Northwest London, stone busy, oh my
Yeah.
sight, my home, you know who's rolling with me. No new friends, I'm rolling with me. I'm sticking with the rage. My brothers been my brothers since Adventure Base. We stick together, trying to make it through the stormy weather. Wherever feather, that's why we got to flock together. We face the same pressures, that's why we go get us. Now let me get a little deeper. I told you I'm my brother's keeper. I got you till I need a reaper. It's pulling through fluff, dog, I never cheat. We've been through the highs and the lows. We've been through the sunshine, the rain and the snow. We've been through the traps, the white, the bee and the drone. We've been through the spinners, automatics and the drones. Early morning rays, feds run up in our homes. what it is I do. Time for my bros. Now let me get a little deeper. Big bad DjDange, you are my brother's keeper. I got you till I meet the reaper. It's pulling through, love, dog, I never cheat, yo. Focus on cash. Money in the bank, keep stacking the stacks. Let's do this for our families that stuck in the trap. Can it before we lose control on these roads and we crash? Backstabbers try bringing us down. Because we're running the town. But we ain't got no time for you clowns. We're the kings, that's why we're wearing the crown. Now let me get a little deeper. I told you I'm my brother's keeper. Shut it up. I got you till I meet the reaper. It's pulling through, love, dog, I never cheat, yo. It's shut down season. Game, set, match. No one's eating. You know the oxygen. No one's breathing. Your whole team's black. Needs improving. USG's the only cap that's moving. Stopping the movement. It's more than music. We're a family unit. Brothers from another mother. Still love them like my blood brothers. Now let me get a little deeper.
Yes, in the city.
I told you I'm a brother.
This one is a track named Deeper. Artist goes by the name of Squingy. So if you just locked in, you've got a film producer by the name of Q, taking you on his film journey with a brand new film called FEDZ. You need to go and watch that when this one comes out. You know what? We're just gonna ask Q one more question, then we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna let him promote his film. So Q, what I wanted to know, there's gonna be some special guests at the show.
Yes.
I just want you to. I don't want you to give too much, but who can they kind of expect to be performing?
I wouldn't. The thing about it is like, I don't know whether I should say this live on air.
All right.
No, well, what it is, right? Squingy and I were talking, and the USG guys were talking.
Yeah.
And I even had a conversation with Judge Souls today from PDC, because I was speaking to DVS.
Yeah.
And he was saying, like, look, this is really exciting, and you know, he's got a track in the movie, and you know, he wants to support it by coming to the premiere and you know, hitting the red carpet and you know, just doing the whole thing. And you know, DV said to me like, yo, you know, if you want me to perform and do whatever, I'm cool.
He's cool with it.
Yeah, but I said, you know, DV, I don't really think we want you to perform.
Yeah.
And he went, huh? I said, no. I said, what we're really thinking about, right, is, look, you guys don't need to prove anything.
Yeah, true.
You know, DVS, Coke, Squingy, XO, Lefty, Hayes, or other people that we will bring.
Yeah.
I said, you know what we want to try and do is let's give the stage to the young'uns. Yeah. So like Gecko.
Yeah.
And maybe two names I really can't say.
Yeah, don't give them.
And whatever. So what it is, although we're gonna have the live band.
Yeah.
And everything is there, right? You know, give it to the
the youngest.
Yes, to you know, because they never get an opportunity.
That's true.
To have all of that.
Yeah.
And everybody can be there. You know what I mean? If they want to perform, they can, but there's no need for them to perform. It's more about saying, look, this is where we are now, right? So Gecko is really kind of what the headlining.
Yeah, the headline. To take the young
things through. So so that's what it's about.
As I said in the city, we're not going to give too much away. I know my YouTube followers as well. We're not giving too much away. If you want to see what's happening on that night, get your ass down there. That's all we got to say. So we're going to wrap it up now. Q, I want you to tell them more details about the film, where they can find and buy tickets and etc. etc. I just want you to promote it now.
Okay. Well, the easiest way.
Yeah, the easiest way they can just promote the film.
The easiest way is if you book.
Yeah.
And you go to the Genesis Cinema box office, which is 020. I'm dyslexic, so I get everything always wrong. So it's 020 7780 2000. Also, you know, we've got a Facebook page that you can get to. But the most important thing about why we want you to book, and you can go to Genesis Cinema website.
Yeah.
You just Google Genesis Cinema Whitechapel, and it will take you to the website, and you can book your tickets online. The reason why we want you to book is this. Squingy and I, as we've been talking about today, we've seen an opportunity. There are no big black film distributors.
Yeah.
There's not enough content out there. online is fine, yeah, but Americans and the industry use a premiere for business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know you both are going to be there. That's why people want to be interviewed on the red carpet. It goes around the world.
Candy will be there. Candy will be looking sweet.
That's what it's about. Everybody's looking sweet. Everybody's successful, and you create that image which goes around the world for all of us. Then you have the make sure you give me your logo, you know, so I can put it on the media wall.
Yeah.
Because that becomes the most important thing, the media wall. So it's a business thing, but we need you to come and book, because basically, if we sell out before November the 5th, right, that sends a signal out to the industry that there is a demand and that we, you know, have got an audience.
Yeah, true.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then they will either give us more screens
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So it's back to the power of the people. We need you to come out and support us. And I tell you something, I'm just, again, you know, I'm not reinventing the wheel, I'm copying a formula that I saw in Los Angeles. There's a guy called Will Packer. He was part of a company called Rainforest Films. They did films like Trois, they did Stomp the Yard, and that's where Idris Elba started, from Atlanta. Will Packer is now the 10th most powerful guy in Hollywood. Why? Because from those little films that he did in Atlanta, and he packed them out, Sony Screen Gems. I was there. I know it. I know the story. I met the guys. Yeah, well, I was there, and I was with Will Packer. You know, Sony Screen Gems phoned him and said, "How are you packing the cinemas? All the other cinemas, all the films are dead. We can't. All these big blockbusters, but every week, whatever, your films are packed up. So what is this thing about black film, black
cinema?" So it's like he captured the audience, like.
But it's like captured the audience, but it's the same way that USG have captured, or hip hop has captured the audience in music. Now we're going after the film thing.
The film
side of it. And then we can do everything that they do on the film side of it. You know, you can interview me on the red carpet. I can interview you on the red carpet. You know, I can Instagram you on the red carpet. We can bring our sponsors there. You can sell what you want to sell. You know. They have their little avenues, their Hello magazine and their things. But now online we have our own portals and stuff like that. So whereby we got Paps magazine, we got this, we got that, we got that. So we're in a position now to commercialize. You know, make money, turn it into money. You know what I mean? And when you turn it into money, it's like what Candy was saying. You know, there's got to be somebody that makes the dress. There's got to be somebody that makes the shoes. You know what I mean? There's got to be somebody that makes the food. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's lots of other things. There's got to be the presenter. So there's, you know, it's about time we started just making an income for ourselves.
Definitely.
I like this direction.
You know what I mean? That's what it is. It's a commercial direction. There ain't no love here. You know, I think the love has been put in, right? But now, you know, it's an opportunity for all of us. You know, I mean, I was just chuffed. I mean, today, you know, when I was speaking to DVS, I mean, DVS is, you know, an iconic rapper. You know, and you know, for him to want to be there, you know, and even Judger as well, to want to be there to support, is just brilliant. And even for them to say, I think it's a really good idea that we bring the youngsters through, you know, give them the stage. We don't need to be jumping up and down. We've done whatever it is, but we want to be there, to showcase.
They want to be in that. They can feel the atmosphere. They know. They can see the vision and direction. I know.
But it's something that we create together. It's not me. It's like, you know, to me, it's just like a circus. You know, we have to go and get the cinema. We have got to go and get the space. Right? The Americans do that. We have to go and get the real estate. We have to go and get the real estate. And do a deal on the real estate. And then we say, right, this is our space, right? And what we're going to put in the space, it's our show, right? So we put live band and whatever. So it's for everybody to, you know, it's not just a one thing. But if it works the way that we think it works, then we take it on tour. You know, we take it to Manchester, Leeds, next year, and whatever it is.
That's a good look, look. That's what it's about in the city. So as you said, Q's in the building. It was a pleasure having you, Q, man.
It's a pleasure being here. Thank you. I just love the look and the vibe. You know, it just tells me that Radio 1 ain't where it's at. This is where it starts, from bottom to the top. You know what I mean? The real shizzle.
All right, people. So good night. As I said, find this one on my YouTube channel at DjDange, or you can type in ICTV in a circle and you would see this video. So what I want to say is a pleasure having your ears, having your company, and don't forget, a date for your diary
5th of November.
Is the 5th of November.
Remember, the 5th of November.
If you want more
Feds,
information,
Genesis.
follow me at Twitter at DjDange, because I will be promoting this movie hard. Definitely. This is one not to be missed. So, Inner City, as I said, take care, whatever you're doing, have a safe journey. Until we meet again, good night.